Late summer 2015 witnessed the tragic ambush of Dr. Kendra Hatcher inside a Dallas residential garage. Within 48 hours, investigators focused their radar on Brenda Delgado, initiating an intentionally low-stakes diagnostic interview. Notice how Detective Barnes deliberately avoids high-intensity accusations or overt hostility here. Instead, he deploys a classic analytical trap, granting the subject absolute freedom to map out her own timeline around a singular, highly compromised asset, a dark-toned Jeep. The initial calm is deceptive. The true investigative leverage is forged through tracking structural minor details, not manufacturing raw vocal volume.
Like I said, I appreciate you coming down to talk to me.
Yes, sir. Of course. Tell me what I can help with.
Okay. Well, I'm working a murder investigation.
Yes.
Young lady was killed on Wednesday, and I'm the guy that's assigned to the case. Your name came up in the investigation, so I wanted to sit down and talk with you and kind of figure out what's going on and get your version of the events. One of the things that I do as a detective, I know you've never been here before. At least I don't think you have.
No.
Okay. So you're probably a little nervous. You don't have to worry about, I'm not going to be yelling and slapping my hand on the table, any of that kind of stuff. That's not my style. The way that I work, I like to believe what people are telling me. I know sometimes when you're nervous, things may slip your mind, or you may get a little hurried and say things a little different. It's cool. Okay, I can understand those things because this is an intense situation for a lot of people. But I'm about as laid back as it gets.
Okay.
Okay, so if something I'm asking you, if you don't understand what I'm saying, or if I'm talking too fast, or whatever it is, just ask me to repeat myself.
Can I, how did my name come up? I don't.
Okay, yeah. I'll explain all of that to you.
Yes, I want to know.
But I want to get, before I do that, I have an administrative thing that I have to do.
This marks the initial structural pivot point. Brenda attempts to regain situational awareness by probing. How did my name come up? Rather than taking the bait, Barnes masterfully de-escalates the pacing, shifting focus onto routine administrative forms to maintain total custody over the sequence of disclosure. This tactical choice is vital because the individual who dictates the chronological flow invariably dictates the entire interrogation dynamic. By filling this phase with generic paperwork and boilerplate legal disclosures, he engineers an artificial safety zone. The goal is to make Brenda feel comfortable anchoring her alibi in intricate, highly specific details that cannot be easily retracted once verified.
The next part is mostly administrative. Barnes collects basic information, builds rapport, reads Miranda, and keeps the tone friendly. Nothing explosive happens yet, but the setup is important. He is creating a low-pressure environment where Brenda feels safe giving detailed answers. Those details become harder to change later.
Okay. One of the things that I wanted to talk to you about, a young lady was killed. Kendra Hatcher was killed on Wednesday, September 2nd. Okay. She was dating, I think, a guy that you used to date. The way that your name came up in the investigation was linked to the vehicle. Okay, the Jeep, black Jeep. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit specifically about Wednesday, what you were doing Wednesday, and the incident involving the Jeep.
Of course.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit about it?
Wednesday, I was in Carrollton.
Observe the subtle shift in baseline tension. The casual dynamic evaporates as the detective weaves three critical vectors into a singular narrative thread: the homicide victim, Brenda's romantic history, and the physical vehicle. He strategically bypasses direct fault attribution, framing her involvement purely as a collateral match with the vehicle. This tactical framing feels non-threatening and objective, making it exceptionally difficult for her to challenge without appearing overly defensive.
Okay.
And I studied from maybe 12 all the way to like about 6. And then from 6 we went to Fuzzy's. We had some tacos at Fuzzy's in Carrollton. And then from Carrollton we went to the Chili's off of Drushbush.
Okay.
And that was my day on Wednesday.
Okay.
Wednesday.
Okay. Who were you studying with?
Billy, this guy, my classmate.
Okay. And you said was Billy with you?
Yeah, we went to Fuzzy's. Yeah, we went to Fuzzy's. We studied. Billy and I, we studied the whole day on Wednesday.
All day on Wednesday. Okay. And did he go with you to all of those locations?
The subject outlines her primary chronological anchor points, a study session in Carrollton, followed by casual dining stops. While an intricate itinerary is designed to project transparency, it inadvertently manufactures rigid, verifiable coordinates. By establishing explicit timestamps, physical venues, and specific associates, she hands the investigative team a concrete blueprint that can be systematically cross-referenced with digital surveillance, cell tower data, and external receipts.
Now, why were you studying in Carrollton?
Why?
Yeah.
The library in Carrollton,
Okay.
because that's like a half point between both of us.
Which library?
At the Carrollton Library off of Josie Lane.
Josie.
Yep. Josie and Whitlock. It's kind of like you exit Whitlock off of 35.
Okay, I know exactly where you're talking about. It's right by the
And
lake.
we register like a study room and everything, and we like.
Is there a lake beside it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's apartments. Yeah.
Right, I think it's Keller Springs.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Keller Springs and Josie, before Josie, yeah.
Okay. Now, what time did you have the room registered for?
From 12 all the way to 5:30.
12 to 5:30, and
Yeah.
you stayed there from 12 to 5:30?
Yes.
Okay.
And then
Her account regarding the educational facility is packed with heavy spatial markers, explicit intersections, facility parameters, and reservation blocks. While dense descriptive details are often used to mimic authentic truth-telling, in a criminal inquiry, they simply multiply the investigative surface area. Barnes is not merely absorbing data. He is building a comprehensive matrix to test the validity of every single claim.
Did somebody give you a ride? Did you ride a bus? How'd you get to Carrollton?
I got a ride to Carrollton.
Okay. Who gave you a ride?
Who gave me a ride? My friend, Crystal.
Crystal?
hmm
Okay. Is that, does she live in the area you live in, or?
She lives right off of 20, like 20, that area.
20?
And 20 and 35.
20 and 35, like down near DeSoto?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of, yeah. You know where you cross, it's kind of like you cross 20 and that's like the first exit, like the first streets, like that neighborhood.
Okay. And so she drove there, picked you up, and she
She picked me up with the car that, her car wasn't working.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when she's like, hey, my car's not working. It wasn't like passing current to her car.
Okay. Do you have a vehicle?
I do. I have a Lexus.
You have a Lexus? Okay.
But it's in the shop, and that's why I was still like taking care of, they're fixing some stuff on it, and that's why I haven't had a car.
Okay.
The introduction of an external associate immediately destabilizes the structural simplicity of her alibi, transforming a basic timeline into a convoluted logistics puzzle. We now see a narrative filled with mechanical failures, shifting vehicles, and unexpected handoffs. This structural overcomplication is a classic warning sign, shifting the focus from a straightforward whereabouts defense into a complex grid of automotive coordination.
And so when you wanted to go study with Billy, your friend Crystal, do you have her number in your phone?
Yep.
Okay, I'll get it from you. So Crystal called you, or you called Crystal and said, hey, I need a ride to Carrollton.
Mm-hmm.
Crystal comes up, picks you up from
My house.
your house on Washington,
Mm-hmm.
gives you a ride to Carrollton. What part of Carrollton are you guys studying at?
Right off the library, right off of.
But where's, so you meet him at the library?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys study at the library off Keller Springs,
Yes.
and then you go on Josie to the Fuzzy Tacos.
Yes.
Okay, then from Fuzzy Tacos at 6:30, where does Billy go?
You go home and I go to Chili's.
How did you get to the Chili's?
Billy took me.
Billy gave you a ride at Chili's. Okay. What kind of car does Billy have?
He has a Honda, like a green Honda.
Okay. Did Billy ever go inside of Chili's?
No, he just showed me.
This iterative echo technique serves a specific diagnostic function. Barnes mirrors the entire transit loop right back to her, point by point. This structural loop forces her to either formally ratify the recorded sequence or introduce messy, real-time corrections. As the dialogue lingers on minor transit logistics, the underlying trap becomes obvious. Every mechanical asset leaves a digital trail, every driver serves as a potential independent witness, and every logistical leg can be systematically tested against reality.
The interview then spends several minutes filling in the same timeline. Barnes asks who dropped her off, who picked her up, where people went, and how long they stayed. It sounds slow, but the purpose is simple. Every ride needs a driver, every driver needs a car, and every car creates evidence.
When did you learn about Kendra?
I have no idea. I kind of see feed, but I really don't know what's going on. Like, I have no idea. But I'm saying, like, let me know how I can help or how can I be of a source or.
Oh no, I'm saying, what did you say? I'm sorry. All you see is feet?
Like on the, like, say, like, they're sharing, like, someone was, like, a feed on Kendra, and that's all I know.
Oh,
Like,
The subject's behavioral response here is highly insulated. She carefully avoids demonstrating any stark affective markers or clear chronological recollections regarding the victim's passing, retreating instead to vague online updates and passive offers of assistance. While this controlled effect keeps her emotionally separated from the offense, it creates a stark behavioral contrast that investigators can later analyze against suspected relational friction and underlying personal animosity.
Well, she dated, do you know who she dates currently?
I just got a message from my friend, my Ricky, and then he just kind of, I didn't see it till like the next morning.
Okay.
But like, he was just like, hey, you know, he was just very sad. I have no idea, like,
okay.
As far as like who he was seeing, as
okay.
far as, I mean, we broke up a year ago, so we just become friends, like, we're just really close friends, that's it.
Okay. One of the things that I want to ask you for, to kind of confirm your location, is to ask you for consent to look at your phone.
Yeah.
Okay. That way I can look at all the call logs, have the times, and we can make sure that I can just back up your timeline from your phone. Okay. Do you mind giving me these numbers for these people?
Yeah.
We have reached a defining behavioral fork in the road. Barnes requests digital access to her mobile device, framing it not as a forensic raid, but as a routine validation tool for her own timeline. A rejection here creates instant suspicion. Compliance open sources her entire digital footprint, including communications networks, location histories, and metadata. By shifting the tracking device into the conversational arena, the detective maximizes psychological pressure.
I have no idea. He just kind of said, hey, like, I'm seeing someone.
Okay.
That's it. But he's very discreet. He never gives any information.
Yeah.
Ever. Even like about me or the ex-wife. He was married, you know, so.
I didn't know that.
He was married, so then right after he got a divorce, like, we met. And that's when, but he never, like, said anything, like, wrong, like what she did, like, very respectful guy. So never, like, I mean, you don't want to talk to your ex-girlfriend about a new girlfriend,
yeah,
even though we're friends, and I'm like, you know, I'm here for you, like, anything that he needs.
So, how long did you guys date?
Like 2.5 years, I think.
Wow.
Like 2.5 years, like, very long time.
Okay, was it, I know obviously by it being 2.5 years, you guys were pretty serious then.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
I mean, yes and no. He was just getting out of this.
At this juncture, the underlying psychological friction surfaces. She references a multi-year partnership, yet quickly uses minimizing language to downgrade its emotional significance. This behavioral minimization is a vital tell. When personal connections intersect with a violent crime inquiry, subjects routinely attempt to shrink their history, rendering it small, emotionally flat, and entirely free of volatile passion.
So I knew that he wasn't very, like, stable as far as, like,
Ready to settle back.
Yeah. So I think, I mean, I was busy with school too. I think so we were both at the same, like, just busy with school. He was busy with school.
So it worked out.
Yeah.
Where did you guys, how did it work? I mean, did you guys live in the same area? Did you guys live together? How did that?
We did live together.
Y'all lived together?
Yeah, we lived together.
Okay.
We moved in together shortly after we met.
The reason I'm asking is because it's just kind of, you know, a lot of times, I know I can only speak for myself. I know a lot of my...
You're not married.
Well, I am, but I just I don't...
You know,
yeah, I do so much stuff that I don't...
Where you're...
Yeah. I know in the past, most of the girls that I've dated, it's been very hard to maintain any kind of friendship with those girls.
Sorry.
And I know some of them, I would hope that some of them, at least one or two, would say some nice things about me, but I don't know if all of them would. And so when I heard you say that, you know, he's a good guy and that, you know, you guys must have ended on pretty good terms.
I mean, nothing happened, honestly. Like, what really, like, nothing. He was never, like, a liar, a cheater. We both respected each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so we ended up, like, in really good terms. Like, you know, we stayed good friends. He doesn't have family here, so his family was just, like, myself and his coworkers or something like that. And whatever he needed, hey, do you know, or do you need, you know, just very a close friendship. Like, we didn't end, like, in bad terms.
Okay.
So even like I said, I knew it because the next day he sends me a message, and then I'm like, what the, like.
So he sent you a message, was that yesterday?
I saw it, no, like in that night, but I didn't see it because I, like around 10:30, and I was signed on my Mac.
Okay.
So it went through the Mac messaging. So then when I logged in the next morning,
it popped up.
Yeah, and I'm like you can look at my log.
This sequence is dedicated to crafting a highly curated personal profile. Brenda paints the picture of an entirely amicable, mature separation devoid of lingering resentment. This idealized self-portrait is a deliberate defensive shield, which investigators will quietly measure against hard forensic realities, knowing full well that courtroom disclosures would soon reveal a completely contradictory psychological state.
It's going to seem really intrusive, and I hate getting personal details, but it's just something that I have to do.
Of course.
Have you guys been, when was the last time you guys were intimately involved?
Intimate. We were maybe like in February.
Okay.
February was the last time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know?
Like January, February, and that was the last, like, during Valentine's, and that's it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did he mention to you, like, I guess since you guys have been broken up, do you guys ever know when you guys are dating, like when you started dating your boyfriend, did you tell him, hey, I have a boyfriend now? Or
We don't talk about it.
you never brought it up, so it's just kind
I
of
mean,
like,
he does. He asked me, where are you going after school? And I said, I'm dating someone, maybe like Hawaii, you know, he's finishing up school in Hawaii. I was like, maybe. I said, but we don't know. I was like, we'll see what happens, you know, just because he's finishing school too.
okay.
And never, like, as far as, but he, like I said, he was just he's very discreet man. Like, I never, and I'm not one to ask him because I know how he is. So
Right.
if I ask him, it's negative. So he has to tell me, you know.
Yeah. The only reason I'm asking is it would be hard for me to, I know that I would, even on the girlfriend side, if I had a girlfriend and a female calls me, I would have to give an explanation of, you know, who is this female that I'm talking to. You know, most girlfriends are going to expect that. I'm sure that when he was your boyfriend, if you saw a girl's number pop up in his phone,
I'm not jealous.
Okay.
I trust him like 100%, and he would do the same. Like,
Okay.
there's nothing. We can leave our phones there, and we would never. I went through a very hard, like, relationship when I was 18, and he was, like, really, really abusive, and I just kind of learned young not to be, you know, jealous.
Yeah.
And, like, it got into my head, like, pretty rough, so I think I learned pretty young, like, that jealous stuff is not good, you know? Like, I almost got killed, like, he, like, ran over me.
The conceptual introduction of possessiveness and emotional obsession is a deliberate diagnostic probe. The moment Barnes introduces the theme of relationship envy, Brenda aggressively rejects the label, attempting to distance herself from the classic profile of a scorned partner. This reaction is telling because the prosecution's subsequent trial framework relied heavily on showing extreme obsession, making her real-time attempt to display emotional detachment a crucial piece of behavioral data.
After that, the detective keeps moving toward the vehicle. He has already heard from other people, and he is preparing to compare Brenda's version against theirs. The tone stays calm, but the interview is about to stop being open-ended.
Do you recognize his vehicle?
That vehicle, I think that's his vehicle.
Okay. I talked to him earlier today,
Mm-hmm.
and I asked him to call you. I was in the room when he called you to get you to see if you would come down here. One of the things that he told me was that that you dropped your car off at his shop.
Last night or when?
No, he said this week on Wednesday, specifically Wednesday.
Did I drop my car? No, it wasn't at his shop.
He said that, this is what he said. He said that you dropped your car off at his shop and that you borrowed a vehicle of his.
No, it wasn't me. It was Crystal, the girl that took me.
Okay.
Because I didn't have a car.
The interview collides with its first major objective contradiction. Told that an associate's account explicitly places her at a vehicle swap, Brenda immediately shifts the physical custody of that asset onto her friend. This deflection is a classic containment maneuver. She acknowledges the vehicle's role in the story but seeks to entirely sever her own physical control over it.
Crystal borrowed the car.
Crystal?
Yeah.
Crystal borrowed a car?
Yeah. I didn't have a car that day.
Or did she borrow a car or a Jeep?
That car, I think, yeah. That That Jeep that used to
That
show in the picture.
Okay, so Crystal borrowed that Jeep. It's a black Jeep, right? Okay. Does he know Crystal?
Yeah, I mean, he met her that day.
Okay.
And I think he's met her before.
What kind of car did she drop off with him?
The BMW.
The BMW. So she has a BMW.
No, she didn't. She doesn't have a BMW. She borrowed another car to get to whatever she needed to get, and the BMW was, I think, overheating.
Okay, so.
And that's when she borrowed that car.
All right, I'm a little confused. You gotta take it easy. I've been up late last night. So she borrowed somebody's BMW. And
that car was overheating.
Okay, so the BMW's overheating.
And then she goes to pick up that car.
Okay, so she, on the way to pick you up, the car's overheating. You guys go to his shop on the way to Carrollton. And you guys borrowed the Jeep.
And she dropped me off in Carrollton.
She dropped you off in Carrollton. And she kept the Jeep.
Yeah, and then she had to go do some errands with her son and do some other things.
The detective's admission of cognitive confusion is a targeted behavioral technique. By playing down his own understanding, he forces the subject to defend and streamline a narrative that is rapidly fracturing under its own logistical weight. The more elaborate a fabricated alibi becomes, the higher the mathematical probability that it will clash with independent forensic tracking.
My problem well, it's not a problem, but I believe that vehicle was used to commit this murder. Okay? I believe that vehicle was there at the crime scene. Now, some witnesses said that, they saw the vehicle there at the crime scene. So I want to make sure that's why I wanted to get your story and your timeline. Because I definitely talked to Jose, and some things that he said are very different from what you're saying. And I don't know, like I said, if it's because you're nervous or what it is, but I just want to make sure that I get all this straight. And so you were only in this vehicle at one time?
Yeah, in Carrollton.
In Carrollton. Okay, so if I go get the video from the library, what am I going to see?
The investigative team finally drops the tactical mask, explicitly linking the borrowed vehicle to the active homicide scene. The true trap is sprung. Brenda's previous conversational detours regarding casual rides and everyday errands were not just background noise. They were an unforced attempt to pre-explain her proximity to a primary piece of physical evidence.
I'm with Billy in the Honda.
So how did you get to the library?
I got to the library. Crystal dropped me off.
Crystal dropped you off in the library. Okay, so what am I going to see in the parking lot when you're getting there?
Crystal dropping me off.
Where did she drop you off at?
Kind of like towards the front of the building.
Okay, so I'm going to see you getting out of the black Jeep at the front of the building. Okay, and I'm going to see the black Jeep drive off. It's not going to park anywhere. It's going to drive off. Okay. And that was the only time you were in that?
Yes.
Okay. Because I got a very different story from Jose. Luis. He told me to call him Luis. I got a very different story for him about the Jeep and about who borrowed it and about whose vehicle was dropped off.
This is an incredibly sophisticated interview maneuver. Rather than initiating an aggressive credibility battle, Barnes asks her to resolve a conflict with objective data. What will the surveillance video reveal? By forcing her to contend with the dual threat of independent eyewitness testimony and digital video evidence, he drastically narrows her defensive options.
The way he explained it to me is he was working on a car for you. Maybe he didn't mean that the car belonged to you, that he was working. Did you ask, does Crystal know him?
Yes, and she was just like, look, but he didn't even have to look at it. He said, I didn't have time to look at it.
Now, who called him to see if he could work on the vehicle?
I did. I called him.
So you called him because you know him, right? You grew up with him. So you called him and said, hey, I got a car I need you to look at.
Yes.
Okay, and you guys dropped the car off. And he said, okay, who did he give the keys to?
Crystal.
He gave the keys to Crystal. He didn't give the keys to you?
No, Crystal drove.
Okay. So Crystal drove. Have you ever drove that Jeep before?
No.
Okay. So Crystal drives the Jeep. What did Crystal tell you when she came over to your house?
She picked me up to go to the library and she said that her car was overheating. And that's when I called Joe. And I was like, hey, the car is overheating. Can you look at it? And
what time was that?
Like 10:30.
Okay.
And that's when he swapped cars.
A critical, highly compromising detail is leaked. Brenda inadvertently admits to initiating the digital contact that set the automotive logistics in motion. Although she continues to deny physically driving the vehicle, this admission legally embeds her as the central coordinator of the vehicle map, destroying her status as a detached observer.
It's like, are you guys kind of, I know you guys grew up together, I mean, is there any kind of, like, physical...
No. We're just, I mean, we're really like brother and sister.
No flirtiness between you?
No.
Okay. Why'd you guys pick Carrollton?
To study?
I mean, for him, so he picked you up from Carrollton because that's where you were studying at?
Yes.
Okay, and you guys decided to sit down, and who paid for the food?
I did. I split. I think we split tab with him and I.
Okay. He's given a very different side of this story than you are.
Okay.
I don't understand, where the mix-up is coming.
What is he saying? I mean, maybe we can together and then like talk, or I don't know like how that. Or what is he saying then? Because he didn't give me the car. He gave Crystal the car.
Okay. So what does Crystal say to you when she gets back to your house?
To my apartment. Nothing. She was with her son.
She's with her son. Did she spend the night there?
She didn't. No, she went home.
She went home?
Barnes returns to the primary point of friction, the conflicting statements of her close associate. Notice his controlled pacing. He holds back his best evidence, letting the subject's curiosity grow as she tries to guess what investigators know. The room is systematically shrinking around basic, undeniable physical facts.
She went home.
But who picked her up?
I don't know. I don't know if she had a car or I just let her in. That's all I know. I remember.
Okay, so she just popped. I mean, was it planned that she was supposed to come over? She just randomly showed up at 10 o'clock with a kid? Or, I mean, why was she showing up? She just stopped to say, hi, how are you doing? I just saw you this morning. I mean, what is her deal for stopping by your house?
She wanted to see if her car was going to be fixed. If someone could fix her car.
Okay, so where was her car at that point?
Back home. Her car completely like overheated.
When did
her car completely overheated?
Which car? The BMW?
Yeah.
The BMW overheated.
So that's why.
Who did it overheat with?
With her.
Okay,
Crystal was driving the whole time.
But Luis drove it to pick you up in Carrollton, and then he took you all the way home in it. So I mean, what did
Crystal drive? I don't know.
The detective continues to attack the basic human logic of her story. He exposes the deep absurdity of an associate randomly materializing late at night with a young child under the guise of an automotive crisis. This quiet, persistent breakdown doesn't rely on theatrical anger. It relies on exposing the internal collapse of an unnatural narrative.
Like
I mean, did Luis fix the car?
I don't know. He said that he didn't have time to kind of look at it, but that he was just saying like once you press like the gas that it wasn't like picking up.
Was it acting funny while you were riding with it?
Yeah, a little bit.
It was?
Yeah.
Okay, so she shows up at the house and says, hey, is my car fixed?
Mm-hmm.
And what did you tell her?
Her BMW? No, I said that it wasn't fixed.
It's not fixed, okay. How long did she stay at your house?
Like, just like briefly, that's it. Like, it was kind of late, like maybe like 5 minutes, and she had to take her son.
Okay. What did she have on?
She had on... I don't remember. I think she had like a white shirt with like pants maybe, or jeans. She just had a white shirt on, I think. I'm not sure on what she was wearing.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been to Cedar Springs? Been on Cedar Springs?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where the murder happened at? The 1700 block of Cedar Springs?
Oh, no. I've never been on Cedar Springs. I thought you were saying like the gay bars on Cedar Springs.
Oh, no. Over by Cedar Springs and near the Perot Museum. There's some apartments right there at 1700 Cedar Springs.
I have been to the Mesamaya to have dinner.
Okay. When was the last time you've been in that area?
I was there maybe 2 months ago.
2 months ago?
2 months ago.
So on Wednesday, did you go in that area?
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
No.
At no time were you in that area?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Okay. What I like to do is give Crystal a call and get her, because it's still trying to verify some stories. So what I want to do, I'll give Crystal a call and see if she can come down here. Does she have a car?
No, it's still not working.
It's still not working. So maybe we can send somebody to pick her up.
She said like, you know, that her car was just not turning on, and like the battery, and that it wasn't working.
Okay. We'll give her a call real quick, and I'll see if we can get her down here. Because I would like to get this straightened out today and get everything worked out so I don't have to keep bothering you again, so we can get this done and over with.
Stressed with the school deserve.
Yeah, I don't want to get this over with. Since you've made an effort to come down today, I want to make sure we get everything taken care of.
We can go pick her up. We can go talk to her.
What's her number?
Her number is in my contacts.
Oh, so you don't remember it? Okay.
No. I don't remember anybody's number.
Okay.
It's maybe like my parents, and that's it.
Let me go grab. I think I wrote it down.
Okay, it's my phone. In my phone is.
Okay.
The diagnostic session closes on a flat geographic denial, with Brenda completely cutting off any connection to the crime scene sector. Unmoved, Barnes smoothly transitions his focus toward the external circle of accomplices. Ultimately, a Texas jury recognized the underlying reality, rendering a capital murder conviction that carried a mandatory life sentence. The brilliance of this specific recording lies entirely in its quiet, methodical escalation, proving that structural timelines, vehicle trails, and conflicting testimonies are far more lethal than theatrical interrogation room shouting.